philosophy first. Kind of the three big things that we want to preach is always have a plan. Okay, you're not just going up there hoping to hit it. Okay, have a plan. So when you're on the bench, okay, you're watching the game, watching the umpire's zone. What's he calling? Calling a way outside. He's calling a way high. So you know that stuff before you get in the box. Trying to pick up pitcher tendencies. When you're in the hole, you have all your equipment on. Okay, and that's when we're doing our visualization piece. Okay, so you're picturing yourself in the batter's box, getting a pitch a hit, and driving. When you're on deck, that's all about timing. Okay, so you're timing out the pitcher. Okay, hitting's all about timing. Okay, so if you're on deck, that's all you're worried about, trying to get that timing down on the pitcher. Then when you're at the plate, you have one thought. Okay, you have a routine. You have one thought. One good example that I heard a little bit ago, coach talks to his players, tells them to not think about anything. Okay, it's not possible. You can't just not think about anything. Okay, so when you're in the plate, you're going to be thinking about something. But if we can limit it to that one thing, okay, something positive, something good that we can focus on, we have a better chance of success. Okay? So teaching kids to have kind of one word they can think of, whether it's barrel, or power, drive, okay? Something quick that's all they're repeating in their head. Okay, they're repeating that phrase and they're seeing the ball come in. That's kind of our outline of having a plan. We always want to hit the mistake, okay? Talk to guys about what pitch should they hit the best. Okay? If kids don't know what pitch they like, okay? That's what we need to work on. Okay? Figure out, when do I hit the ball the hardest? Okay? Some guys are better at driving in the right center gap is right. Okay, it tells me you're probably a middle away hitter. Okay, so those are the pitches that we want to hit. Okay, if you're in that situation. Okay, so in a zero strike count, we can be pretty picky. Okay, we want to limit to, if that pitch is in that 50% part of the plate that I'm looking. Okay, that's when I'm going to hammer it. Okay, if it's outside of that 50%, even with the strike, okay, it doesn't matter. We got two more to work with. Okay, with one strike, we open it up a little bit. Okay, we think about 75% part of the plate. We're still looking for that kind of our pitch. We open it up a little bit. With two strikes, then it's battle mode. Okay, we extend the plate. We're fighting off anything we can, and hopefully we get another mistake. Okay. And then the last thing, just find a way. Okay, find a way to put the barrel on the ball. Okay, however you do it, doesn't matter. It doesn't have to look pretty. Okay, but if you can put biggest part of the bat on the ball, that's all we're asking for. Mechanics, very, very simple. Stance, stride, pivot, swing. We'll kind of break those down here. With our stance, we see all kinds of different stances now. MLB guys, kids trying to kind of emulate Major League guys. Okay, now obviously pros have a little bit more flexibility. They're a little bit more athletic. They get away with some things, so we don't teach some of those things. But if guys want to experiment with the stance, it's not the worst thing in the world. The two biggest things that they have to be comfortable and athletic. Okay, they have to have two eyes in the pitcher. Okay, it sounds very simple, but one thing you can do with guys is when you're throwing to them, have them close their front eye. Okay, and ask them if they can see you completely. Okay, if they can't see you completely just with their back eye, okay, we got to turn their head a little bit more. Okay, because as a hitter, okay, we have to be able to see the ball. We want to be able to see it with both of our eyes. Okay, so have them close their front eye. If they can't see you, then have them turn a little bit more so that they can see you completely just with that back eye. With our stride, biggest thing here is you have to be balanced. Okay? However you get to that balanced position, not a big deal. Okay? You see a lot of the high leg kicks now. Now, as long as you're on time, it's okay. As long as we're on time and we're balanced, that's all right. One thing to think about, one thing to kind of teach kids is to have their lead hip at the pitcher. Okay? A lot of guys tend to kind of open up or they close off, okay? Especially guys with an open stance. Okay? Sometimes they don't get far enough back to square, or sometimes they overstep. Okay? If we can get them to think lead hip straight to the pitcher, okay, that's what we want. Okay? Because as soon as our hips start to open up, okay, our hands are going to follow wherever our hips are. Okay? So we want them going straight out. So we want that front hip to go straight to the pitch. One other kind of phrase that some kids, I think, understand a little better, we talk about leading with your face. Okay? So sometimes kids get too far up front, they kind of almost lead with their shoulder. Okay? So getting them to kind of stay balanced and have both of your eyes so you can track that ball all the way in. Sometimes it's a good phrase for them to hear is kind of lead with your face. The last thing, we just want to be able to activate our core. Okay? So we talk about kind of getting that load position, kind of turning our shoulder inward a little bit to activate that core to drive forward. With our pivot, okay, the big thing with our pivot, which you're only going to really be able to see on video, is kind of this straight line from the knee up to the head. Okay, as you can see, Mookie Betts here, that straight line, powerful position. Going Arenado here, okay, that straight line from the knee going up to the head. Okay, the biggest thing there is we get a lot of guys that start to pivot and they get back. Okay, that's where we're losing all that power. Okay, so we want the ball to go in front. Okay, if our weight's going the opposite way, we're losing a lot of power there. Okay, so one thing, I know it's a very common phrase is squish the bug, and I'd like to try to get away from that because what that teaches is just to rotate. Okay, what we want to do is we want to get up on our toes. Okay, if you actually freeze it with a lot of very good, powerful hitters, their back foot is actually off the ground as they're making contact. Okay? Now, if we're squishing the bug, that's going to be tough to do. Okay? So we want to teach, we're almost gaining ground to the pitcher. Okay? We're getting up on our toe to be able to drive that baseball. Okay? Our weight's pushing that baseball even further away from us. Okay? Then last one, just that power V position. So our hands aren't getting too far away from our body. Okay, we want to keep them closer, a little bit closer. Okay, so that powerful position there. Lastly, the swing. I think one of the biggest flaws in a lot of younger hitters is having kind of a weaker top hand. Okay, you see a lot of kind of flares into right field as a righty, or little weak ground balls. Okay, a lot of times that's because it's an outside pitch. Okay, their hands get away from their body, and they let their bat drop. Okay, with that top hand. If we keep that top hand strong, okay, keeps that bat level, that's where we're gonna hit those line drives still, instead of just those weak flares. We're always teaching powerful swings. Okay, we're swinging with authority. We want to hit the ball hard. We're not just looking to just hit the ball. Okay, we want to drive the baseball. We want to stay balanced after contact. Another good drill for kids is to be able to swing and just go down to a knee. Okay? If they're not able to swing and stay in this position here, okay, they're probably not balanced enough. Okay? So being able to stay balanced all the way through. And then another kind of common flaw in a lot of kids' swings that I've seen is just not following all the way through. Okay? We want to be short to it, but we want to get all the way through it. Okay? So we get that bat all the way through the zone, all the way to the back. So just some coaching tips. Coach mechanics during practice. Okay? During a game, that's their swing. Okay? If we're talking to kids about, oh, you got to do this at the plate, during a game, again, it goes back to what are they thinking about. Okay? If they're worried about their mechanics during a game, not a good chance of succeeding. Okay? So teach them to compete with what they have that day. Okay? And they might not have a great swing that day. Okay? Sometimes it happens that way. But during the game, okay, that's your swing. Okay? We're not changing any mechanics. Okay? We're just going to find a way to get on base. Okay? That's our only goal. Okay? During practice, that's when we'll talk about mechanics. That's where we'll try some different things during drills. Okay? But games, swing is your swing. As kids get older, you can start to let the ball teach them. Okay? Ball went very hard off my bat that time. What did I do? Okay? What do I hit the best? Okay, what pitches are good for me? If we're doing the same thing, if we're ground ball to shortstop, ground ball to shortstop, ground ball to shortstop, what adjustment can I make to be able to hit that ball straight up the middle? Okay, or hit line drives, deep fly balls. Okay? And then again, as players get older, okay, allow them to figure it out. Okay, they're getting smart enough. Okay, literally have them. Okay, I want you to hit this ball as hard as you can back to the middle. Okay, it doesn't matter how you do it, but find a way to hit the ball at the middle hard. Okay, and let them just experiment a little bit. I think as coaches, sometimes we talk too much to hitters. Okay? Again, it goes back to thinking. Okay? If we give them all these things to think about, it's not going to help them out. Okay? But just letting them figure it out. Okay? Their bodies will make adjustments as needed if we kind of give them just one kind of key to focus on hitting it this way. And it always goes back to the two biggest keys with hitting for me. Balance and vision. If you have two eyes on the baseball, you see it all the way in, and you're balanced, okay, you're gonna be all right. Okay? As long as we have those two things, then we can start to work on more of those other things to drive the baseball even further. Some of the hitting drills, obviously tee work is very, very good. There's so many different things you can do with just a tee. Okay? Move it in, out, okay? Inside, outside, pitches, up, down, whatever it might be. Okay? Step through is another good one. Something for the Happy Gilmore, okay, where you're just behind the tee, stepping through, making contact there again, reinforcing, kind of getting up on that toe, driving through the baseball there. Soft toss, another one where you can do many different variations. Obviously, you just got the regular soft toss. You can do behind them, bounce toss, high, low, working on off speed. All of those things are very, very good. Front toss, okay, where we're just out in front. Give them a direction to be able to hit. Okay, have them. We're trying to pull everything this time. Okay, so again, it's teaching them to figure out their swing a little bit. Hit everything in the middle, hit everything in opposite field. Okay, so give them kind of a focus area to work on. During live hitting, okay, talk about situations. Okay, guy in second, nobody out. What are we looking to do? Okay, we're trying to hit something hard to the right side. Where if we get out, at least that gets that runner over to third. Okay? Guy in third with less than 2 outs. Okay? We're trying to drive the ball hard up the middle. Okay? Find a way to get that runner in. Okay? Infield in, we're looking for a pitch up a little bit that we can drive to the outfield. Okay? So give them different situations that they can work on. Another good drill to work on is some stride holds. Okay? So again, this helps them stay balanced. Okay, so before you pitch, okay, have them get into a stride, and they stay in this position as you pitch, and then they swing from there. Okay, so again, it kind of takes away one less thing for them to worry about, and gets them into that balanced position so they know what that feels like, and that's where they start their swing. Okay, so they can do kind of one stride hold and swing, okay, and then it can be regular. Okay. Then another good one too is just the small wiffle balls. Just that hand-eye coordination, getting that small ball, use a broomstick, whatever, Swiss stick, whatever you want to call it, work on the hand-eye coordination there. These are the quality of bats. Track them, okay? I'll show you a document here, talk about them, use them. It's very, very simple. Okay, put the player name here. They get 5 at bats, maybe they get less, more, doesn't matter. But then here's kind of our key. Okay, did they get a hit? Okay, that's quality at bat. Okay, it doesn't matter how they got it. If they got a hit, that's a quality at bat. If they hit the ball hard, okay, again, a line drive right at somebody, that's a good at bat. Okay, a walk, hit by pitch, sack bunt, sack fly. If you reach on an error. And if you get on base, that's the ultimate goal, right? It doesn't matter if you hit a weak ground ball at shortstop and booted it. If you get on base, that's all we're asking for. If you get an RBI, moving a runner from second to third with less than 2 outs, those are the things we're trying to get to. A 7-pitch at bat, okay? If you strike out, as long as you made that pitcher work, again, that's a good thing. Focus on the process. So you would put any of those results in that box, and then if it was anything else, like maybe a weak ground out, weak pop up, strikeout on 3 pitches, whatever it may be, just put an X on it, okay, and then keep track of, they got 3 out of 4 quality at bats, okay. It's a pretty simple thing to keep track of. Again, it kind of gets them to focus on what's really important rather than just the outcome. All right, any questions on hitting